to do a reboot. My bad, a reboot. But I wanted to get into this today. I completed my productive life. Been up since, oh geez, 6 o'clock this morning, as well as I'm sure some of you people are. If not, then most of you people are. Welcome to the chat. One papoose, if you have not hit the like button, go ahead, show us some love. It helps keep my channel in the stream out there as well. So if not anything today, show the button below, down there with the thumb up, a little love today, and hit the like button. We got some hot news out here today. I have the link up and I have my other phone in case you don't want to come on the panel and you would like to say some things about what you've seen today and your thoughts or any, hi Harlem, or I mean, anything that you guys want to talk about today. So I am live and it's looking pretty strong, so we should be doing okay. I had to go run and put a sweater on, y'all. I left this air on today like on 63. It's like an Arctic up in here. It's cold. It's cold, y'all. It's cold in here. I'm like, oh my God. If you're experiencing menopause over here in One Papoose home, today is the place you would want to be. Because when I say it's cold, oh, it's cold. But other than that, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I dropped a few short little videos because I felt like it, today. I was like, oh, okay, wow, there's somebody behind that thumbnail. I didn't know really who it was at first. And I was like, what why, is that okay? Copied it, put it up. Oh, well, shoot me, kill me. It is what it is. They say if the shoe don't fit, then don't put your foot in it. Just let it fly. Just let it fly, but that couldn't happen, right? That didn't happen. Well, another incident happened out here on this early Monday morning that I am sure awakened everybody up because the news went like god darn wildfire over there in Hollywood, or California. I was like, okay, what's up with the Zoom? It's Microsoft. Our perspectives coming on the panel. Hot damn, we making progress. Come on aboard, perspective. So while she is logging in and waiting for audio to connect, what did y'all think about the hot news today? We all have our own opinion about how it got started and why it got started and so on and so forth. And everything is looking so strange and weird and ironic out here. Every time Mr. Kelly's case is getting closer to some a closure, a little bit conclusion with hopefully in prayer of a acquittal, to turn around and release him. Well, here comes something else. Well, this one right here on this bright early morning on Monday, this one here took a different turn, and I'm pretty sure from what I was looking at out here in the streets over here and reading comments, everybody went into a shock. Like, what? Who would have ever thought that a member of the, alleged, I'll put a ledge on it, advocating for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly would have the Homeland Security show up to have arrested him. And to my understanding, which we're going to put up the paperwork, is being extradited. They want him extradited expeditiously back over in New York, where we know that Mr. Kelly is being housed at right now, to see if the things that played out on his live and what other people are insinuating that it was because of a terrorist threat to what we like to, what, the people call them, I guess I should say, as the alleged victims out here and things like that. A lot of people that jumped into this case, y'all. A lot of people got a lot to say about this case. Anyways, let's see how perspective me is doing, coming to visit here over the One Pap channel. You can come off mute, honey. Come on off. Show some love to the channel. What's going on, everybody in the chat? What's going on? If you want to join the panel, go ahead. The link is up at the top. If you just kind of want to jump in and jump off, that's all good as well. But we're going to read the hot news today. A lot of you guys have seen the hot news around the YouTube street, but y'all know me. I like to critique it just a little bit, I see, each sentence and check out where they end the period at. And we can think about why this has become. To be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure when it comes to the guy that was arrested, you guys know him as Debosky Gun, but the word on the curb out here, these people don't like for you to say their names and this or that. So over here, that I just go with the AKA of Scooby-Doo. It's no harm, no foul play, none of that. I'm not gonna, cause any harm with doing it. I just follow the rules. They said stop calling their names, and I had to come up with some way to help me identify the person to my channel. And that one it just fit, Well, you got to think about it, first question, I'm sure a lot of people would ask themselves, is it all worth it? Is it worth it? There's boundaries, there's levels to a game. There's level to every situation. And as I endured and walked this path with a lot of you guys out here, you have to know, what's your level. And apparently, Mr. Debosky Gun decided to take the level to another notch. Go all the way 10 toes deep with allegedly advocating for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. We all saw it. Now, we all saw where there was this other side of the track that goes on that, different names over there, the Angelo Claris and the Savages and the COVID team. I should, I'm going to be fair and say the OCOV team over there and the Drunken Larrys and the Cousin Levi's and the Bookham. That's just his name. So y'all just gonna have to get mad at me about that one, because that's just what it is on that one. But he took upon himself where the defense just went pretty hard for him, where he, I guess allegedly, and I don't want to speak for him, but the actions that he showed is that he really had to go above and beyond war out here till things turned personal with a lot of people. And they took this stuff very, very personal. You have one guy who's calling it a terrorist attack, and the other people, along with that guy, is insinuating that there was a lot of intimidating of witnesses and a bunch of things. A lot of these allegations, could have possibly, which we've read, down the months and the days and the years of what we were hearing out here on the YouTube street was getting applied, inserted into a lot of the paperwork that you was reading. So yes, a lot of it would seem so very true about what we were hearing, but it's just that one main question, and it's like, why? Why? We all know court proceedings to happen as such. A trial, a juror, a judge, a defense, a prosecution, and so on and so forth, but not instigators, not this much outside work. The outside has literally done 10 times more work than the inside, than the court of law itself. If I'd have known these many people out here was lawed up and degreed up, well, y'all have no idea. It's like, okay, Black community. Oh, yeah, everybody. Okay, let's welcome perspective. Perspective, come on off of mute, girl, because I can run my mouth. You know that I be long-winded, girl. I get a swallow of water, y'all, but I'm waiting on her to come off mute if she can hear me. Y'all type in the chat, come off of mute. Hi, sweetheart. What's going on?
Hey, how are you? I didn't know what I was doing back here. I just wanted to see what the Zoom was.
Okay, so you like me then with the buttons.
Nosy.
I'll take that. I'll take that because you know what? Sometimes if you're not nosy, and then you won't know what's going on. You got to peep out the blinds, here and there. But what do you think? What do you think about Hot News Monday morning, girl?
It's been too much for me. I dropped out for a second, but I came back to hear your perspective on everything. I like how you deliver.
I got one. I got one once I put this paperwork up here, honey. I got one. Ooh, I was at work. I had just gotten to work and, and my phone is, I'm like, what? What I'm really trying to calculate though is the personal part of it, especially when I'm hearing a lot of Black men, talk the talk but then it's like, well, you know what, forget it. I'm going to the law on you with this or that. I do have an opinion that I think that this was pushed a little bit too far. That's just how I kind of feel like, I feel about it. I mean, everybody's been following Dubosky for quite some time. You can hear his aggressiveness. We see it, but do you think, I always sit and think, do you really think that a person who has outshone themselves, narrative wise, you pretty much summed up his whole character, is really going to come and do detrimental harm to that extent to someone? So at that time, I'm thinking, you know what, you gotta, sticks and stones may hurt your bone, but words don't never hurt until
this is personal beefs. This is
it's
definitely
personal. It became personal, and look what happened. Look what happened. This is crazy. It's costing people money. This is going to cost him money. This is going to cost him money.
You think so? Because I honestly think that he is not the big fish, and they're gonna drop it. I think they're just using it. I do. I think they're just using it to use against R. Kelly for sentencing.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's my personal.
But perspective. He's going to be arraigned in front of a judge. It is not wise at any means necessary to stand to even give a confession about anything without some type of legal authority standing beside you. So someone should be there, whether if it's a public defender or whatever. He has to be Miranda rights. He has to know what he is getting ready to respond to. And doing that on your own in a federal case that these people are obviously trying to make one out of, it would be certainly wise. So that's why I said that, this can cost him some money. I mean, I wouldn't stand there, not with the allegations. Do you see these news reports?
Yeah, I see the report.
They made some strong allegations as a super fan groupie or something, and then aligning Mr. Kelly's name.
What I don't like is how they keep on saying he did all these things right before sentencing, where the paperwork clearly says this happened back in October.
I agree. But they're still where you need the attorney at to be able to fight and decipher, just like what you said. Him standing there alone by himself just would not be justifiable enough, because they're using some of his video clippings. They're using statements that was sent in allegedly, like, well, so somebody is playing cutthroat, So it's a sad situation. This is devastating. I'm like, wait a minute. We went from protesting to just going to jail? Federal? Oh, no. But I don't know, I don't know. Shocking. I was literally like shocked. And then of course, I go over to the other bushes to kind of look in on some things. And I'm listening to the reason of why this is going down. And of course, it's out there in black and white that DJ Tyson is going to be next in line and things like that. And I'm like, are we going this far? I don't know. But it's good to hear your another different opinion on some things. Hopefully, it's just a quick flight over, and they're gonna be like, okay, well, wrong guy. You know what? Yeah, this will be a waste of taxpayers' money. He was just a fan with a loud mouth and like to do obnoxious things. Okay, let him go home. But I just don't know perspective anybody that gets brought in on a alleged federal charge and they just say, okay, you can go. I just don't know. I don't know. Have you know anybody? What's going on, Dr.
Honestly, let's say Richard Arline.
Well,
what time did he serve?
You're right, but I'm saying still going through the process.
He's gonna go through a process. I just feel like they're going to slap on the wrist to him, but this was more about the bigger fish. They're adding on to the pile of things.
I'm thinking, think nothing nice says, think, Pap, think. I'm thinking. I've been thinking all day, girl. Your brain cells be like, oh, that's enough. That's enough. So I don't know. Woke up to this. What a way to wake up on a Monday morning. This is crazy, And a lot of us, like the one guy says over there, like, oh, you guys didn't believe nothing was going to happen. I've been saying it and I've been saying it. And I was like, oh, this is what you meant? You meant locking somebody up? Oh my God. Okay. I don't. Yeah. It's this is awful, especially when, I guess if I can speak for you and a lot of people under the umbrella, we've seen so many different negative actions from quite a few people. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, well, nobody was really clean. You got another guy who also did the guns and did the threatening. You got it went around in a circle. So I don't understand that. So maybe that would be Dubowski's gun defense, and he can have his proof of defending himself that way about some things verbally or done to him, even if they were in a threatened mode, like, well, this is what happened, so this is why I retaliated this way. So maybe he will prevail that way,
I don't like that they're using fans to go against R. Kelly. Like Amber Heard was being threatened every which way. They didn't blame that on Johnny Depp. I'm sure we can Google all kind of stars who have been arrested and the fans have said some off the wall things, but they're not using that against those stars. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I've never seen nothing like this ever. And I mean, I have watched and all of these federal indictments on some of these rappers, and just you don't see this. You see normalized agree to disagree in a lot of these chats out here, especially coming from some of the bigger bloggers and things like that. But this one right here, I'm torn whether, okay, is this for the love of R. Kelly, and I know it's kind of split in the middle, but it's also a lot of hate for this man with these distractions and this level amount of agree to disagree respectfully. It just turns crazy. It really does.
And you said that I'm having a hard time seeing how this was for the love of R. Kelly. I don't see how these moves at all.
Not on this side of the track. I can agree with you with that, unless you just kind of stay tuned in to a few channels that actually just have a lot of positivity about and for Mr. Kelly. So yeah, I don't care. It's just, they in the paper that they put up, the threats to the what was it, the district attorney, the U.S. attorney, and I'm going to shoot you up and things like that. And, maybe he'll have justification for that too. Welcome everybody in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get the likes up, you guys. Get the likes up, please. It helps me in the stream. It helps us in the stream.
I was reading the paperwork. Did he actually say those things, or did he just put up the clip?
You know what? How about we go ahead and start with the first clipping that I have. So let me get that up. Give me a second. And we can go over it. So, and so I can stop and we'll go and we'll stop and we go and you can give your opinion about it and things like that. Another paperwork just dropped too for Mr. Kelly around, must have been 6:30 or so. Is it 6:30? Yep, no, 6:03. Yeah, it did. So I usually just print them out now, perspective, and kind of read them and highlight them to myself. It keeps down, I don't care to go into any debate about paperwork so I just stopped. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Uh-oh. We got a phone. We got a phone. Oh, jeez, girl. My daughter's calling me.
My mom-in-law was calling me.
Every time you get something started, girl. Every time. Don't want nothing. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. Let's do, I think, this one first. I'm going to share the screen, you guys. So it's an article that was printed by Jason Mezzanier and Megan Crepia, I guess. I'm going to pronounce it like that because I'm not quite sure. Sounds French, I guess. But Jason Mezzanier, if everybody, and if you don't know him, he's a big tweeter for information on the Twitter page when it comes to Mr. Kelly or anything pertaining to Mr. Kelly. He tweeted some things about Jennifer Bonjean. So if you're not on Twitter and you don't know who he is, if you ever decide to get on Twitter, you will see Jason Mezzanier over there just typing away, putting his thoughts, comments, or whatever, or his insinuating or giving you details, up and coming details about Mr. Kelly's case. You would definitely see him over there. And the first time when I saw this article, I was like, oh, you got to think about it because he's journalist, he's journalizing, and it's like, well, maybe he's been peeping around. But then I was like, well, I don't think a journalist would contact Homeland Security to point out a lot of different things. I don't see that. So I had to recant that thought in my mind. Welcome everybody to the chat. We're at 53. Go ahead and hit the like button, you guys. I surely will appreciate it. It will keep me live in the stream, you guys. So let me share the article perspective so you can see it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go here. Here I go pushing buttons perspective. Shannon, they be on me, girl, with these buttons. Help, stop pushing the button. Okay, hold on. Here I go cycling again. See, it's Microsoft. It's definitely Microsoft. It's gotta be. All right, let me blow it up so you guys can see what's going on. What's going on? I cannot believe how fast this circulated. Everybody had their thought, about this article. It says here, if you guys can see the article, put a 1 in the chat, please, and excuse the ads because they do come up. So as I was saying, this was by Jason Mezzanier and Megan Crepe. I'm just going to say that. You're going to buy me some mittens? Okay, perspective said we can see it. If cows go down, everybody's going down. R. Kelly fan charged with threatening federal prosecutors in New York. I can honestly say that watching one of Dubosky Gunn's channel, that statement was definitely made, but he would be the only person that would actually be able to depict what he meant by that. That's just the way usually that is. I got another doorbell ring, but I don't even see it. I don't even see it like I saw yours. That's crazy. Or maybe they just didn't come in. Okay, so R. Kelly fan charged. So he was charged, perspective, with threatening federal prosecutors in New York. It says here that an avid R. Kelly fan has been arrested in Chicago area on federal charge alleging he threatened to storm the U.S. Attorney's office in New York. Yeah, that was just like one of them that riot thing that they had up there with Trump. It really is. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I think DJ spoke on that earlier. Says Christopher Gunn, 39, of Bolingbrook. He was charged in a criminal complaint unsealed Monday in a U.S. District Court in Brooklyn with making threats involving serious bodily injury or death. Woo, child. Okay. Gunn, who also goes by the name Dubosky, was arrested here Saturday. He appeared Monday afternoon in Chicago's federal courthouse, where a judge ordered him held in custody. A judge. Which judge was it, child? Which judge made this order? Pending a detention hearing. This is, you guys know, I couldn't find it. I could not find where you were. I heard the doorbell, but then I couldn't find it. So you're going to have to hit it again because it's not showing up here at all. None.
Look in the top upper.
Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. On my other. Oh, there it is over there, girl.
Top upper right.
It was on my second screen. It's not on the screen that I'm looking at. What the hell is it doing over there? Yeah.
It's because you sharing the screen, so you got to get out of that one.
Thank you. It was up like, what the hell is this button doing over there? Girl, me and this electronic stuff. You know, when I'm at work, I don't have no problems with computers. Everything is there. I know how to do my Excel, everything. I have no problems. I get on this stuff here. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I let him in, so let me finish the reading and then we will discuss it, I guess. Where a judge ordered him held in custody pending a detention hearing later this week. The prosecutors are asking that he be brought to New York in custody to face the charges. According to the complaint, Gunn, who attended at least one day of Kelly's trial on racketeering charges in September, he posted a video on YouTube about a week after the trial ended that showed the location of the U.S. Attorney's office in Brooklyn. Gunn, who has been identified in previous local news reports as a member of an R. Kelly fan club, allegedly told his viewers to get real familiar with this building because if chaos go down, everybody's going down. Well, that's where they work at. So Gunn allegedly said in the video, we're going to storm their office. If you ain't got the stomach for the beep expletive, we
shit
about to do. I'm asking that you just bail out. Gunn also named 3 prosecutors who were on the case, repeating that he and other unnamed individuals were going to storm them as well, the charges alleged. Shortly after Gunn shared with viewers a clip from the 1991 movie Boys in character according to just days ago, Gunn called for Kelly fans to gather at Kelly's sentencing hearing in Brooklyn on Wednesday. I have a spot for us all to link during this trial. See you.
Let me stop. Pat.
Okay, you want me to stop? You got something to say there?
Pat.
Yep.
Listen, what they meant by that when they said they got a spot for us, he didn't say that. He put it in his community chat. If you go look in his community chat and what they said, he got a spot for us. They've been watching his community post as well. Because I looked at it. Because I read the paperwork too. So when you look at the community post, stroll down a few days or whatever, you will see where he say, hey, I got a spot for us down there or whatever you just read. So it's in his community post. He didn't say it on the video. He posted in his community post and they added that to the paperwork.
Yeah, but you can, I mean, to be honest though, DJ, you can kind of see where they,
Yeah, what they trying to, I know how they trying to do it. And don't get me wrong now. It's foul how they doing it, but hey, calm don't have no limitations, man. I keep trying to tell people, man,
well,
they not listening.
I understand that, but we also got to be fair about this because we all know in our term, he probably just meant for him and his lady cruise over there. This is where we'll meet up at.
Right. We know about the 30 rounds and all that. We know what he meant. We know what all that meant. But at the same time, his stupidity is what got him where he at right now. Yeah. I mean, listen, y'all. I don't feel sorry not one bit because for one, you can't go around here doing shit and thinking that you can do what you do and then maybe it is foul the way they doing, but still ain't no consequences for any other shit that you've done. It's just like how it is. A person could do a lot of stuff and never really get caught for it, but then you do some stuff that you ain't really do. You ain't really do, but you might be paying the price for some other stupid shit that you done already done. You follow what I'm saying? And that's just how life is sometimes. There's a lot of us that did a lot of shit in this world that we ain't ever get caught for, but then here's some shit that we really shouldn't have been got caught up for, but it just happened to get your dumb ass. That's on his dumb ass.
Well, I can honestly say there was some things that was done to me, but I realized that retaliating to him, it just did no good. So I was like, do what you want to do over there. I don't give up. I didn't care. Do whatever you want.
I don't care either, man. But for Levi, his dumb ass, he takes stuff and he likes to blow it out of proportion. That's what people don't understand. He like a candy. He like a child to get his first lollipop. Whoever get the first whiff of it, he want to try to get on and try to take credit for I did this, I did that. And everybody else going down, but that ain't what it is. The black and white said what it is. He did some shit in New York, and whatever they claim he did, they say he pointed the camera to the building and say, yeah, y'all, we gonna storm this building.
Well, it doesn't help either because you know how they work when they're gonna be up in there saying, well, he just had a prior arrest, well, a detaining, in such a month involving a situation in New York as well with the young lady. That's gonna come out. It's called compounding. They can compound to make
Yeah. And I'm gonna read the paperwork.
Just look as bad, and it makes them have a stronger case to move forward. The more that they can compound, sucks.
Yeah, but it's Homeland Security that got him because I was reading the paperwork today because it was sent to me, and I'm gonna read it tomorrow. But he was saying all the gatherings that he got on dude or whatever, and talking about he mentioned Django 1, 2, and 3, and it's a bunch of. I know it's a bunch of bullshit, but at the end of the day, man, it is what the fuck it is. Now he got to get his Mr. Untouchable ass at the jam, and that's what's gonna have to happen. So
DJ, at some point, I'm sorry, light bulbs come on. I don't care who they just come on and it tells you just stop. It just tells you just stop. Especially when you see how your enemy is planning on attacking. It's like, oh wait, hold on, dude. I got kids and shit. I gotta pay rent, the roof over, my kids' house.
But here's the thing though about the kids thing. You can never say you love your kids and you threaten other people and do stuff to other people's kids and other people's family. That's why I don't feel no pity. I don't feel none. The Bible says, do on the others as others do on you. You can't get out here and threaten people's family. Who you gonna do what, blow what down, fuck the police, and all this crazy shit you be saying. And then when shit finally knocking at your front door, now everybody want to have this pity party. I don't have a one pity in my body. He did it to his dumb ass self. Karma has no limitation to whatever a nigga do out here, whether you right or whether you wrong. If it come and get you and it's wrong for the way it come and get you, it just got you with your fucked up, stupid ass, thinking you got a freedom of speech. Freedom of speech has a limitation when it comes to violence. Yeah. When it comes to violence, ain't no limitations, man. The freedom of speech is over with. You know what I'm saying? So he did it to himself, man. You threatened all these people. You did all this shit. You put all this, huh? Open the night at that house? Yeah. You put all this, you put all this shit out there in the atmosphere. You understand? And then you thinking shit ain't gonna come back and bite you. Now you would sit up there and think, from New York and being locked up in New York, that would be like, you know what? Let me sit my ass down somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you even took that and make a mockery of that shit. So when does the mockery stop of making a mockery of the fucking system? You want the system to work for you, but you don't want it to work for others when it's coming against you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. I mean, so people with all this feeling sorry shit, all of them kiss my ass, because at the end of the day, he brought it on his goddamn self. So he got to get his dumb ass at his own dumb ass mistake, even though he may not meant that. And I hear people say, well, I don't like to see a black man locked up. Yeah, but you like to see a black man threaten other motherfuckers? Mm-hmm. How the fuck that make sense now? You want the law to work for a motherfucker that's threatening a motherfucker, but you don't want the law to work for a motherfucker to protect a motherfucker. Which you can't have both. You can't have it both ways now. If you for the law, you're against the law. And the law's supposed to serve, protect any and everybody. How you say you want R. Kelly free, but see another nigga locked up? I don't understand how that either. You know, and Levi need to sit his bitch ass somewhere down and have several seats, because we know, goddamn it, you working with the snitches too. So sit his group ass down somewhere. Straight up. Nigga always, I ain't never known a nigga say that's my cousin, but you praising the snitch. You have to get your cousin locked up, but you want to get other motherfuckers locked up. You trying to fight for your cousin's freedom. Boy, sit your ass down somewhere. There ain't no street nigga. Street niggas don't do no shit like that, man. That's why I be listening to these goop ass niggas. And he the first one to try to get his happy-go-lucky ass up. I did that. I did this. I did. You might have did it, nigga, but he also did it to himself. It's in black and white. I ain't got nothing.
Sometimes it ain't good to call to own ownership. I'm okay. I'm gonna step back here.
Yeah, you want to call ownership of taking a black man down?
You see how easily it was for the feds to switch words and manipulate things. Even if you feel a certain kind of way about them, everybody better take heed, because it can be you next week. Instead of everybody getting together and thinking it's us against the feds, people are still in the mindset of he did it to himself. This has always been bigger than R. Kelly. This has always been bigger than him. This is a messed up system that everybody should be finally starting to realize we need a new justice system, and we need to be out here protesting and asking for different legislation and trying to make up new laws.
Yeah, it is a mess up system. But when you got a person making a mockery of the system, that's a whole different ball game, man. I understand it's messed up for Robert Sylvester Kelly, but when you got people out here trying to make a mockery of the system, like laws don't apply to them, they can do what they want to do, say what they want to say, go where they want to go, don't give a fuck, they Mr. Untouchable, and you do this, do that, then that's a different ball game. I understand about the law needs to change because out of the way doing Robert Sylvester Kelly, which is that was the fight we come for in the first place. Not for me, not for Dumbowski, not for Levi, not for Larry, not for none of the motherfuckers. We came in this fight for one man and one man only. And they changed the whole dynamics around and made it a whole bigger issue than what the fuck it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers just sit their ass down and trust the process. A lot of this will be going on. But everybody want to be famous off this man. I mean, what's the purpose? You want nobody before you got into this shit? I mean, damn, when do people sit the fuck down? So them people sit his ass down. I don't feel sorry. I'm gonna keep saying it. And whoever feels sorry, fuck you too. It's just simple as that. He got it for himself. Now, when it comes on the flip side of how the government trying to lock black brothers up, like R. Kelly, then I'm for that. But when it comes to people making mockery of the system, I'm not for that.
Mm-hmm. how do you respect the system, but then you're out here saying that the system railroaded, we saying in particular R. Kelly,
but let me explain to you. What I mean by that is this here. I don't respect the system when it's not going accordingly by the law. And I'm speaking in reference to Robert Sylvester case. I ain't talking about Dumbo. Fuck Dumbo. I'm talking about R. Kelly specifically because Dumbo did his own shit for him. But at the same time, I don't respect the government the way how they do shit. It was shady from the get-go. Shady from the fucking
It's still shady. And you need to keep with that same energy. It's all shady.
Yeah, I know it's been shady. I know it's been shady from day one. And they ain't locked the parents up and they see how the parents was involved. Come on, man. This conspiracy to the highest level, man. Y'all want to charge a man with man acting. Here you reading how the mama coercing the daughter on how to be a fucking grown woman and all this shit and don't dress like a grown woman, dress like a little girl, seduce him. That's my son-in-law. I know this shit from front to back, back to front. And they ain't locked these motherfuckers up. Come on, man. Come on, stop playing with me. I know this shit from front to back. They should at least and then the mama drive the fucking daughter back 8 hours. That ain't sex trafficking? The fuck?
No, you see how they came after the Bosky before they ever came after a one parent? That's big.
No. Listen. The reason they came out of the Debosky because they just didn't come out to the Debosky. The Debosky just got a big ass mouth that he thought can't nobody shut. It's just simple as that. He was just too cocky for his goddamn self. That's all.
Hold on, DJ, because somebody would have had to prompt though, and
yeah, but you know who did that, right? Let me explain something to people. Y'all know who did that, right?
No.
Y'all know who did that. I ain't got to say no name, but y'all know who play a part in that shit where that motherfucker trying to put their hand behind their back and like they ain't did. One already said it, which I believe he might have something to do with it. But when you out here beefing with everybody in the YouTube streets or whatever the case might be, and then the motherfucker gets up on you, then they want to send all this other shit in and try to get you trapped up in some shit. Y'all know who did this shit, man. Stop playing. People ain't stupid. But when you read, I'm gonna read it to y'all tomorrow. How the people go back and say they gave this man 8 cash apps and talking about he said 30 rounds. Somebody gave him a cash app for $20 and it said 30 rounds. Somebody else gave him a cash app saying free R. Kelly and all this other shit they was putting all in the paperwork. I'm gonna read it tomorrow, man. I said this shit is funny as hell. And then for them to go back, somebody had to get them the videos to go back. Come on, y'all know who the people is, man. But still don't need to be explained. Because he was fucking with them people, and them people got his ass. They got his ass. And then they say the man was filming and looking toward the video, yeah, we go here. Even though they didn't understand what he was saying. But that's how they took it. If you read the paperwork, and when he say 30 rounds or whatever the case may be, them motherfuckers thinking firearms. But we know that ain't what he talking about. We know. But they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that. But at the end of the day, even though it is wrong, you still can't go out here and keep doing shit in the world and think nothing ain't gonna smack you in the fucking face. Come on now. Stop playing.
Well, this is just a drastic situation. It interrupts, your whole life. And the main question would be, why? This is terrible. This is going to be. This could possibly be costly. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and this could have been a time for R. Kelly to probably got a new trial or something like that, man. But they wait to this month, to a couple of days before the man.
Yeah. It's pretty much It's pretty much been all of Mr. Kelly's journey, every time, and it's like here is always something this big. Like what? Why?
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think from when he got the notary in the federal, when he was in New York, when he got that notary for getting locked up, I think people just started really looking at who he is. That's just opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just speculating some shit, but shit. I mean, he wanted to be famous. That's what he wanted. So, hey, you got to be careful what you wish for, man. You know? You gotta be careful what you ask her. You gotta be cautious of what you're doing, because if you know you ain't related to this man, why act like you related to the man? The man know you. He called me and all this shit he was saying on the internet. Y'all don't. I don't know him for real. I don't know the man. But when people want to put themselves in the midst of this man, it's just pathetic, man. For real.
You
know,
know,
the government don't give a fuck about him. What the fuck they give a fuck about you?
yeah. I hear, a lot of people kept saying, that because he did have his own little personal little crew that he attached himself with, that he had became fond of. And, I hear a lot of people saying, that, they should have tried to talk him down or get hold of him or this or that. You can't do anything with someone that's grown. And he made that perfectly clear. He didn't care. He had a few people that left because he didn't care what they were saying. You're not going to make me big. I make myself big. And he made that notice, a lot of times out
here.
He
said, y'all can't tell me something. He said, I know his word. He said, y'all can't tell me nothing. They can't do nothing to me. I ain't did nothing, but it's the word that you say at your mouth that gets your ass caught up. I keep telling people, yeah, we do have the right to freedom of speech, but you got the freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech does have limitations, okay? So if you violate the limitation of your freedom of speech, you don't have that freedom of speech. We ain't even free. So we can quit thinking that we free. You fuck up, guess what? They go lock your ass up. You ain't free.
Yeah, Genesis says that this isn't about the Dubosky. This is about the bigger fist, and they just need someone else to attach.
Right, they need someone to attach his name to R. Kelly.
To press a harder sentence on it,
and they found the dummy. That's what it is. So.
Beautiful queen here. What's up, girl? My mods are here, you guys, but I asked them to not do any blocking as long as nobody is being disrespectful to each other in the chat. So we're going to have to agree to disagree with the opinions that are coming through the chat kind of fast. So Dom is on the panel. Hey, Dom, what's your perspective about this? And we're just discussing the paperwork that dropped today about Dubosky. All of us have a different opinion, whether who did what and how it was done, but should there still be any accountability for these charges that is being sought to go against Dubosky off of his live streaming or just or his just personality? What do you think? See if he's on there. I don't know if he's on the screen, you guys. Are you guys seeing Dom on the stream? I don't know.
But he needs to unmute himself.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he heard my question. So, but yeah, it's just a suck situation. Let me continue with this while he is trying to unmute. It says here that Gunn called for Kelly fans to gather at the Kelly sentencing in Brooklyn on a Wednesday. He have a spot for us all to link during the trial. See you there, he said, according to these charges. The complaint also alleged that Gunn has been accepting payments on Cash App from people who make comments like 30 rounds. Ooh, I'm glad that ain't me. Free R. Kelly and 30 rounds on the haters. An agent with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Now, they're going to have to give the name of that agent, right? They don't have to tell the name. That name is going to come out, just like the agent that was doing the press release after Mr. Kelly's conviction in New York. You had the Homeland Security. I think his name was Peter. So whoever this guy is, his name will be noticed out here in a little while. It's going to pop out. Investigation wrote in the complaint affidavit that he believed the reference to rounds. He does. This agent has made his own ideology of what he believed rounds is what Dubosky Gunn is referring to. He says that this is referencing Gunn selling firearm ammunition to commenters on his YouTube channel. Now, I don't know if I can agree with that, you guys. I just don't know. I've never seen him trying to sell any damn ammunition on this channel. So, but Kelly, okay, then the rest of it is about Kelly, which I kind of just skipped through that because I want to kind of keep this separated because we all know what Mr. Kelly's case is all about. It says that, okay, he's scheduled to be sentenced in Brooklyn on Wednesday. Gunn's YouTube channel, which was still publicly available on Monday, features dozens of videos about Kelly's case. Some are hours long, and many appear to focus on various players in the Kelly saga. Accusers, lawyers, even the judge who presided over his New York trial, whom he describes with homophobic epithets. Gunn is part of a complicated, apparently lucrative subcultural that sprang up on YouTube and social media after the allegations against Kelly exploded in 2019 with the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, eventually leading the federal indictments in Brooklyn and Chicago, as well as similar charges in Cook County. Well, since then, Kelly's supporters, detractors have devoted countless hours on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, parsing every last detail of the singer's life. Well, isn't that what they did? I'm just saying, isn't that what the government did? They parsed every single last detail of that singer's life and the charges against him. A Bureau of Prisons official is suspected of accessing Kelly's emails, phone calls while in custody and leaking them to the different YouTube personality. Okay, so Perspective, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
It says here that a Bureau of Prisons officials is suspected. So have they not finished investigating that to bring charges forth against anybody that was leaking all of this emails and phone calls on different YouTube personality shows? I don't recall hearing anything about that.
I haven't read the rest of the paperwork. I don't even know.
Maybe they're still investigating that and stuff, and this is where they talk about bringing the charges forth, I guess. When a South suburban woman posted Kelly's $100,000 bail in the Cook County case in February 2019, she instantly became a hot topic of conversation with some bloggers. We know who that is, and that's Valencia, and when she appeared on the Tasha K show a while back. Social media calling for a boycott of the restaurant that she owns. Now, I don't know why that they would implement this into the story of Dubowski Gunn being arrested by home. I don't, who wrote this article again? Wait a minute. Why would they go and try to implement or back down memory lane to tie this into their story? What the hell does this have anything to do with the arrest of Dubowski Gunn? You want to talk about Valencia? You want what?
What's up, Doc?
Hey, how you doing? Okay, that one there, I don't get that one Perspective. I don't understand
get it.
why that's inserted up in here at all, you guys. So Dawn, welcome to the channel, and go ahead, because I don't know if you heard my question, but go ahead.
How's it going? I just wanted to say a couple things, just real quick, not to take up much of your guys' time, but my thing is, well, to answer that question, I think they're just trying to tie in a lot of people, you know what I mean, of course, into the R. Kelly thing, as far as, especially because he's being sentenced. So I think that, for one, the reason why I think that they arrested him 2 days prior is because what they're accusing him of. And that is, you know, when he's sentenced, we're going to do this. I'm going to do this, whatever they were saying, that he's going to go to the building. But if they've been following closely, that man has had multiple protests. Okay. whether you like him, you don't, whatever the case may be, people beefing. He's had multiple protests. I believe he's a real R. Kelly supporter. He's fighting for him, going hard. And I think that they just wanted to arrest him 2 days before because in their minds, based off what they're saying he said, they don't want anything to happen, which we all know him. I personally don't think nothing would have happened. He's had ample opportunity to do what they're saying. And he was simply saying, I would like to have a protest. I want to protest. That's, you're right or whatever. Now, as far as threatening, the prosecutors and stuff, I don't know. I haven't seen that myself. I personally would never do that. But, I think he was just saying he wanted to protest as a, freedom of speech. We know how he is as far as saying, it's my right. I could, protest this, that, and the other. So that's all I'm really saying. And the way the federal government works is they investigate, then they arrest you, versus the state, they just arrest you and then they'll investigate after it's already too late, after they already arrested you. So I think they have been watching his channel, and I mean, people have always said, they're watching people's channels and they're all this stuff. So I think that's what, really what was happening is that they've been watching everyone's channels, and that's what ended up happening. Now, me personally, based off of what I've read in the articles, I don't think that will hold up in court. That's just me, because 30 rounds, obviously, no disrespect to that, the agent or whatever, but it appears that he's not of Black descent. We have different slang, right? So I think he probably really doesn't understand what 30 rounds is. 30 rounds to me, when I hear the way Dubosky put it in context, to me, it means 30 rounds, meaning I'm not giving up. I'm going to fight. I'm going hard. I'm not stopping until, R. Kelly walks free. That's what 30 rounds means to me. It wasn't meaning literal context as far as let me go buy ammunition.
Ammo.
Yeah, that does not mean that. And if someone were to donate to him as far as a Cash App or PayPal or whatever, and they say 30 rounds, that's his slang. That's what he says, 30 rounds. You see what I'm saying? Someone like Kevin Gates says, I don't get tired. I mean, these are people have their own little terminology, but that I can tell you did not mean I'm going to go buy ammunition. You see what I'm saying? So I think they took that out of context, in my opinion. And to me, based off what they've said, I don't think that will hold up, because he has proof that he's done multiple protests and he's been peaceful. Every time he has a protest, along with everyone else, they have the police walking right by them and nothing has happened, so that's just how I see it. I mean, I don't know what else they have or whatever, but just I'm going based off what I've seen. I don't think that was an issue. Again, I don't know if he's specifically threatened people or I don't know, but to me, if they're using that, I don't think that was threatening. I think that was, he did, they did it in front of Kim Fox's office. They walked up to her office, basically just protesting. And they had the police with them. So, I mean, that's just kind of how I see it.
I can respect that, because I can agree with some of that. All I saw was him going definitely hard as he felt the need to go for Mr. Kelly in these rallies. I do want to insert this part with what you were saying, though, when it comes to the rallies, because something was said out here on the channel, on the other channel over there. And I find that definitely not true. I don't know why it's being inserted that way. Well, but I can understand why, this person does that. When we were outside of the MCC building, downtown Chicago, there was a lot of construction going on. So we pretty much gathered around, I don't know if that would be the west side of the building, where the lieutenants or whoever whatever their rank was at that time, told us to stand. They told us how far you can come up to the door to speak to them. So when you start hearing that chant, and I have the video, which I will probably post up tomorrow or sometime this week, we're saying bring them downstairs. We were allowed to be there. We didn't break through any barrier because there was no barrier to break through. It may have looked and appeared to people that way, but it was just construction that was there. So we were instructed where to stand, how much space we were allowed to come up to. When you saw the guys go up to the door, they had asked, hey, well, can we come up there to talk to you? And one of the police officers replied, yeah, you can come up here. So maybe what they saw at that point is what they are insinuating of breaking through the barrier, but there was no breaking through the barrier. So that would be false information, especially when I was standing there effeminate and I was there at the chant, and that just did not happen. I'm not going to be around anything that can be considered as foul play or put myself into any jeopardy at all. I thought it was harmless, but yes, Mr. Farmer's story comes out. Then you had Greenberg come out, and everybody put their intake on what they presumed hadn't happened, even though Greenberg did come behind it and all to say that, no, it wasn't. That was just some guy that was angry. But even Greenberg reasoning could not be enough for the YouTube. Nobody wants to buy that. But you have, like I said, the guy on his channel, and that they're breaking through barriers. No, it wasn't. No, that's not true. I'm like, if you're gonna go and take somebody down, the same way that a lot of Mr. Kelly supporters are feeling in.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I don't know. It says she left, but yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I think that even then, I mean, after the few years that I've been on YouTube, I've seen, I mean, countless people threaten to blow people's heads off.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it's the Microsoft, so it's kind of going in and out. You feel what I mean with that, Dom? If one person is going to stress the truth about something so that your detailing information can get out and it's the wrong way, I have to side eye you, because now you will do any and everything to get what you want and to make it as if it's your truth. And that's not the truth about what happened down there with the barriers and things in front of that MCC when it came to the follow-up with Mr. Farmer's situation and Mr. Kelly. So I was like, wow, but people will show you their colors for real, for real. So go ahead, I'll let you finish speaking. So maybe when I talk, Dom, that's my stream be trying to shut down. Maybe if I shut up, keep going. So you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just basically saying that and a lot of people, have disagreements and don't like everyone's approach, but I honestly believe that Debo, he meant well. His delivery is a little different. He's, he dealt with a lot, just like a lot of other people has dealt with a lot on YouTube, dealing with certain people and whatever, but I don't think that's a federal indictment. That's just my opinion. And I don't think any of R. Kelly's supporters should be in jail. And that's just kind of how I see it. I mean, we know that they kind of exaggerate things, and it's just kind of got to play it by ear. But what's interesting to me is that they're trying to attach, R. Kelly to that. It's mind blowing to me, So that's all I really, kind of wanted to say. Just kind of going on that. Even if you don't like the man, I mean, we all Kel supporters,
That's
So
a fact.
Welcome, Trev. Welcome, Trev. We're just having a little open discussion. So if you want to jump on in,
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to come on because I mean, everybody have seen the things that we've gone through with the Boski over the last 2 years, but even with all that being said, and this is me, this is my mind, my opinion, I speak it. This guy didn't deserve a federal indictment. I mean, it was other things they probably could have done. Uh, on a smaller scale, but to try to make this, I mean, the play is the same play that they played in New York. The playbook is the same. They want to try to get a sequestered jury. They want to make it where 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people can only attend because they want to make it seem like, oh, R. Kelly fans are going to do certain things. Okay. If we sit back here and let this guy who's been out there stomping the streets, blowing out his vocal cords, all right, be the scapegoat, all right, to allow them to say that all Kel supporters are going to do this or going to do that. Anybody who has followed this guy from the beginning, all right, knows what 30 rounds mean. He's not talking about no damn gun, all right. He's talking about stamina, all right? He's talking about, he don't care how long it goes, 30, 60 rounds, however long it goes. When he was saying if Kells go down, they all go down, meaning if anybody that's involved with this thing go down, if Kells go down, anybody who's involved, they need to go down with it. Did he act out and do certain things that none of us agree with? Absolutely. But y'all can't tell me that it's okay for them to just do this. Him taking a picture of a building and saying, hey, that's where they are. Nobody ever seen that man go and do anything inside a building or anything like that. You can say anything you want to say, but you got to do it. Okay. And everybody knows he say a lot of things, but he never do it. So you saying, hey, he threatened whatever they're saying, because I think this is a bunch of bullshit. And just because I don't like this man, okay, that don't mean that I'm gonna say, well, that's what he get, or you know what, that's his karma. I'm not gonna say any of that, because just because he did some stupid shit, I don't think that this guy should have gotten a federal indictment when we've seen other people throughout this shit. Shit, they have yet to show me a goddamn enterprise. But you're gonna tell me, and that's for Kels, but you're gonna tell me that y'all got enough evidence to put a federal indictment on Daboski? Come on, man. Y'all wake up, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff as far as what he's done to me. He's done a lot of stuff to me and a lot of people. But y'all gonna tell me, man, that with the work that this boy put in, with all of the things he uncovered, that y'all gonna be okay with them putting a federal indictment on this boy? Come on, man. That ain't right on no scale. All right. Could they have done something else? I think they could have. All right. Why would you do it like this? And then to take it and tie it around Kales. Okay. That's the play. Okay. And if we sit up here and want to talk about what all Daboski did and miss that, hey, that's a distraction. All right. What they did was they created, because in the New York trial, they said, hey, he got fans that'll do anything. All right. I don't know if anybody was on that call a few months ago, all right, where all of a sudden, for the very first time, all right, on one of these calls, these status hearing calls, it was crazy. It was like a jungle, okay? We've never seen anything like that before. All right. And he's been having status hearing after status hearing after status hearing. Okay. That's the play. Okay. Make them seem like they're out of control. And then we're going to go find the guy who has been doing stuff from day one. Why did you wait till now to do this to this guy? All right. He's been doing stuff from day one. All right. What is your angle? I'm not going to take the stance of, oh, he did this to me, so it's okay for them to do that to him. Because guess what? We talking about we don't want them to do stuff to Kels and how we're trying to fight to make sure this is not case law for Kels. If we let them do this to Dubosky, all right, it's going to be case law for one of us. Okay, I'm not excited about none of this stuff that's happening to this guy because at the end of the day, we all know this man needed help. Okay, no, I don't know anybody, all right, that has common sense, all right, that's going to say that this man absolutely 100% should have gotten a damn federal indictment. Okay, and I'm upset about it, not because of anything with this man. It's the fact that they can do it to any of us. And so we don't need to get sidetracked, all right, looking at this thing as all the stuff that Dubosky did. Well, he put my picture up and he did this to me and he put my kids up. Yeah, he did all that shit, okay? But look at the shit they did to get Kels. It's 10 times worse. And all this guy did was come out here and say, free R. Kelly. He did some dumb shit along the way. All right, he did. Okay, I'm not going to deny that. But is it enough for a fucking federal indictment, y'all? Come on, people. Y'all got to open your eyes. He is an asshole. I get it. All right. He did a lot of bad shit to people, hurt a lot of people. All right. But a federal indictment, bro? Nah, I'm not going, man. And I'm gonna give it back to somebody else.
Okay. Well, that's just how Trevin feel about it, and everybody else in here are going to have their way to feel about the situation. But, you know, I see Simply comment in the chat, and like she says, that when you're not expecting for the federal people to bring attention to you, you know, in some cases, and I understand what Trevin is saying, you know, if you think that he was going through this type of illness, or he just kind of went above and beyond, you know, just to show how hard he can go for Mr. Kelly, we're talking federal. And at the end of the day, as Simply put in the comments, though, there are some things that you just cannot do when it comes to doing a federal talk. You know, she said that, you know, threatening and making threats towards a federal building, you know, or anybody that is of authority that works inside of a federal building. But however, because his channel was being watched, it was an aggression, and some people are very likable channel. They like when he acts silly and things like that. But you have the people that was out here, and once you know that you have people on your coattail, you know somewhere 9 times out of 10, no matter how much you implicate that you're not afraid of nobody, you have to be on your P's and Q's about what people will vengeance towards you. That's right. You know, and that's what happened. You got these people over here, and they want to write 160,000 letters, and they didn't like the animosity going back and forth. They didn't like that he was fierce towards them with Angelo, with the cousin Levi, all of them. They didn't like that. So what better way to get him is to set up a plan. And you know what? We're going to send in everything that he has on him, and let the federal people decide whether if they want to pick this up as a federal case. And guess what? They did it.
Can I ask you a question, one pal?
Yes, please.
All right. You've been around this guy just like I have been around this guy. Mm-hmm. All right. You know he's more smoke than anything.
But the federal don't know that. Those people don't know that.
Okay. So I'm asking you. I mean, I probably shouldn't ask you this direct question, but I am.
We have an open chat.
So you feel, all right, with everything, not just what these people are saying, with everything that this guy has brought to the table, okay, you feel like he deserves a federal indictment, one pal?
No, I do not. I feel that since he does have one coming his way. I feel that he has a great defense to get himself out based on retaliation from what is happening all around the YouTube streets. That's what I feel. What the things that I know and I saw him do downtown Chicago pertaining to represent and for Mr. Kelly. Yes, I believe he was cold-heartedly out there for Mr. Kelly. That's undoubt. But
Man,
this has
what?
happened,
What?
there's a great defense for him as well. It is.
One Pap. I wasn't in New York when he went down there with Sylvia's rally, but from what I was told, all right, that it was a very hostile environment. Okay, that they were spitting on people, all kind of stuff, and that same fearlessness, all right, that he portrayed on the screen, that pissed some people off, made some people mad, was also the reason why those people felt comfortable walking down the street with that guy. All right. So people can sit back. All right. We had several rallies with this guy. Okay. And people can sit back and act like, you know what, this is what he get, or this is karma or whatever. All right. But it's the same guy that walked down the street. Yeah, I get what he did. All right. And yes, there are consequences to what he did, but not no federal indictment consequences.
Mm. I agree. I think it went too far. And I've said that so much. This has gone extremely too far. And how did he get it? This is a personal. This became personal, And like I said, and I'll keep saying it though, Trevor. Once you can recognize when people are really trying to play cutthroat at you, it was obvious. At some point, I'm like, you know what? And I think he even tried to do that. Say, man, y'all have this shit. He did. Y'all have at this shit like he was tired. He had literally done went after of what he would assume of the people that was causing the distraction or the possible involvement allegedly to Mr. Kelly's case. So I can give him the credit for that. But however, we're still talking about the federal, and there are limits of what you can say, especially when you got haters out here, because they will use it against you to get you out of the way. And get you out the way. So, and that's part of the situation that he has to deal with. Do I see a great defense for him? I do. A lot of his videos will vindicate him from having to go through this whole ordeal of being indicted or whatever by the federal government. It will. If his attorney, which he will need, like us, me in Perspective was talking about that, to go ahead and bend and twist and shove the right narrative up in there. That's all I'm saying, because he does have one. He has a defense. He does. The things that they're claiming that he provoked to them or whatever, that they were threats and rebuttal back from that side towards him. What are those? Are those terroristical acts? What are those?
Right. And here's my thing, One Pal. A lot of times, like I said, these are things that these people don't know about this guy. Man, this guy was afraid, all right, to stand out in the front, okay, like that. All right. He had to build himself up to be able to do that. I just don't understand, man. No matter if you don't like this man, I just don't understand how people can open up their mouth and see another black man get railroaded by the system, all right, and not speak to the actual injustice that they're doing, all right, to get them to do this. Man, we know that he wasn't going to go in no building and do none of that, okay? We know that, all right? So them saying that don't mean we have to accept that. You get what I'm saying, One Pal?
Yeah.
We don't have to accept that. Well, they said that he was going to do this. Okay, well, when you stood out there with him at rally number 3, did he do it?
Oh,
Oh no, he didn't do it. Did he look like he was going to do it?
you're right.
No.
I got a threat, so you better not bring your ass down. I'm going right down.
Right, right. He told people stay their ass home, and the people that he told to stay their ass home still came. Did he touch you? Did he do anything to you? No. So they can say all they wanna, man, he did a lot of stuff to people. He did. All right. Did he go to people's house? Did he do all kind of goofy shit? Yes, he did. All right. What are punishments for that? It's not a federal indictment. And if they wanted to do something to him, all right, for them to say, oh, he told where you work at. Well, I got a question for you, one pal. Did those people work in that building?
No.
So why are they, you get what I'm saying? Why are they trying to make us believe, well, this is what they did? So I got a question for everybody in the chat. If R. Kelly go down, shouldn't everybody that has been involved with this go down? Because no matter what, and the boy did coin the phrase, one man ain't no enterprise, okay? So Kel shouldn't go down, all right? And all the people that they claim was helping him just because they told and they gave him immunity or whatever, that they shouldn't go down also?
Like I think
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just think a couple things. One, I think when he was saying, if Kels go down, they all go down. I think he's referring to parents, bodyguards, managers, assistants, everyone that was around R. Kelly throughout the 30 years. That's what he's saying as far as one goes down, they all go down. And then secondly, I think
you got to mute.
Oh, hold on, my bad. Hold on.
And I think what it all comes down to ultimately, to me, in my opinion, yes, we can get into specifics and they want to take, Debo down and this, that, and the other. I think it really comes down to R. Kelly, right? This is here's a guy who's supporting R. Kelly, is fighting for him, this, that, and the other. I think
this is
that
what we're gonna do to you if you do this. Okay?
Right. And I think that what they wanted to do is to use this as proof to say that this is, because you got to remember why R. Kelly initially was not given a bond, right? And that was because a couple things. One is they said that he was a flight risk. Right. And then because he has all the resources. And then two, that he has fans that will go to the extreme as far as that will give him money, do this, that, and the third. And so I think that they're trying to, like I said, this comes down to R. Kelly. And I think that they wanted to show that, hey, in order to keep R. Kelly to a high sentence, they can say, look, this is a reason why he has fans that will, do this, even though we know that wasn't going to happen. But they wanted to show, because that's what they're alleging, that his fans would do this.
Right. That's the same thing they did. And I agree. That's the same thing they did in the New York case. And see, that's what I'm saying. When I initially saw this that happened to dude, I was like, well, I guess that's his karma, But then I started to look at it, and then I read it, and it's like, what? Come on, man! Like, y'all really gonna buy this?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Trevor, let me chime in for a little bit.
Go ahead,
I understand. I read it too, man, and I'm gonna say it on all levels. It is foul. We do understand what he mean by 30 rounds. We do understand, but if they putting other shit like he go storm the building, and even though he might not was go storm the building, they trying to find any and everything to connect R. Kelly with something to still say these fans will go to the fullest extreme. Now, on the other hand, the shit that Debo still has done is not going to go unnoticed. That's his karma for his ass. Even though he may not meant those things or what he said, but that's still his karma for his ass, and that's what the fuck he get. It's just bottom line. Now he got to fight his way out of this jam. Do we know that the government is foul even doing him like that? Yes, we do. But dude has done a lot of shit that's not going to go unnoticed. I'm not going to let it go unnoticed. You know the name. I don't have a sorry bone in my body for dude. Not one. Especially when it comes to my mama, when it comes to my family, when it comes to his threats and all that other shit. Everybody gonna pay a price for this shit, man. I keep telling people. I said it's 2022.
But Tyson,
No,
Guys,
no, ain't no
let me say
but. This
something.
is hold on,
Nah,
Trevor. I
hold on.
said
Let me
it's
say something. So you
2022.
think his
Well,
karma
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 ain't
should be
is
got
a
for
no
federal
everybody.
limitation.
indictment?
Huh?
So you think his
Karma is
karma
for
should be an
everybody.
ass cutting or a federal indictment?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the law. I'm not Homeland Security. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about the karma, what dude has done. And let me explain something to the lady when you say everybody. First of all, I'm a God-fearing man. I ain't never gave nothing to a nigga who ain't had it coming. If a nigga came for me, I gave it to them. But I ain't just uprightly just pick a fight on the motherfucker. Motherfuckers pick fights with me. And I just handle it accordingly because I know
So
what type of dude I am.
so
Period.
Tyson, let me ask you a question, bro.
Yeah.
Tyson, let me ask you a question. So you're telling me that all these people that done been on YouTube doing all kind of shit, all right, that the only person that they wanted to go after and do this shit to was Dubosky, when other
No.
people have done a whole lot of work
They
here.
working with the people, man. But you gotta also understand though, when Debo is getting into it, motherfuckers like Dana, Larry, Levi, all these motherfuckers, who these people working with, man? This shit just common
Mm.
sense, bro. God damn, people act like
Yeah.
they stupid or blind, and then you got
It
your
ain't
videos up there.
that.
No, no, hold on. You asked me, let me tell you. People act
All
like
right.
they blind to the fact of what dude has put on there to get them ammunition to do what they done to him. When people keep screaming this freedom of speech shit, I'ma say it again. You ain't free when it comes to certain shit. I'm trying to tell you. You got freedom of speech until you threaten a motherfucker and say, I'm gonna do this. Let me just paint another scenario for you people. We know he ain't Donald Trump. But the same way Donald Trump incited a riot, that's the same thing they trying to say when it comes to dude. Y'all put this shit together. When you going against Levi, Dana, Larry, and they know you a hothead, a type of motherfucker that think you can say anything, they try to use that shit against you, man. Come on, man. Y'all know how this shit go. So he
So
got
so I
into it with
so
them
so
niggas.
so I got a
Fighting
question
with all
again,
the same
Tyson.
people.
Huh?
Well, Trevin, let me just say this, Trevin. You're saying why him? Well, if
No,
it's
I'm
true, what
saying
they're
I
saying
think the
is
people,
if he said those people's names, that would be the difference. You know, if you guys are beefing, you and him or DJ and him, that's different than
right. So
if
if he
he
say,
did
"Hey
mention.
y'all," if he say, "Y'all, all the police in the police station over there," that's not a lie. They all in the damn police station. Okay, he didn't say USAA, whatever your name is, and this and that. He was speaking in general. So now we're gonna say, okay, because he did that right there, okay, he meant that. I mean, we don't even know if they working there, man. He don't even know. He not even from New York. Okay,
Yeah, but
he
they
could have
don't
been
know
pointing
that though.
at the Dunkin'
Trevin,
they don't,
Donuts.
Trevin, they don't know that, and
Kevin,
you
they
have to
don't
look at the
know
bigger
that.
picture, right? You have to look at the bigger picture. There's been people, actually, a matter of fact, do you guys remember R. Kelly's cellmate
Yeah.
in New York? Well,
Mm-hmm.
that guy, if you guys remember, he actually was charged for threatening a someone in the federal something, and they gave him, I think, a year in jail or something like that. But R. Kelly's actual cellmate, the one that was doing the drawing, and they don't know what he's gonna do. We know he's not gonna do that, you know. But if he mentioned any federal's names, I think that's where they're thinking that, oh, this is, and then they just wanted to tie it into R. Kelly because that's the bigger picture. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Trevor,
Yeah, I'm here,
you,
bro.
you remember he said, I'm gonna blow you down in front of the ferry
Yeah,
building, all this
all
old
that
shit.
shit.
Okay,
Yep,
remember he said all that, right? Okay.
yep. Mm-hmm.
But look at the difference. And when he got his video on, it said, look at that building. We gonna get real familiar with this building.
Yeah, it was
You know
stupid,
what I'm
Tyson.
saying?
It was
So
stupid.
but it's not our fault for his stupidity. That's what I'm trying to tell people. I do not feel sorry because at the end of the day, you can't do what you want in this world and think ain't no consequences, whether it got something to do with them or not do with them. We just talking about law-abiding citizens. What about the shit
Right.
he exploited nobody's anything? Everybody
Yeah, he
forgetting
did a
all this
lot.
shit
He
this
did a
nigga's
lot,
done,
bro. He
man.
put,
I'm not
yeah,
feeling karma, like I said, karma don't have no limitation. If you steady out here trying to throw your hand and then you trying to hide it when the shit falls down on you, because that's all the fuck the
oh
nigga
no,
been
no,
doing.
no, 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 no. Let's be clear, Tyson. I'm not telling y'all that Dubosky shouldn't have got something. All right, he should have got something when he put Mercedes stuff up there, okay? All right, and he should have got something when he was playing with your mama. He should have got something when he
Yeah,
playing with
but
my
you got
kids.
you got
All
to
that shit.
understand something.
But what I'm telling you is he don't deserve no federal indictment, DJ.
Listen, man. I know he don't deserve it. It's just like a man that gets out here every day and steady do shit, and they never get caught for doing it. You right? You listen to
Right.
me? They never get
Yeah, I'm
caught for
listening to
doing it.
you. Yeah.
But then when you get caught, you
Yeah.
might get caught for all the other shit that you done done. You ain't get. This is the
God
world
damn
we
it.
live in, man.
You
If
right.
I'm a
You right.
drug dealer, hear me out, bro. If I'm sitting here, I'm a drug dealer, or I'm a bank robber, or I rob motherfuckers every day, and I motherfucker might not know it's me, the nigga that got the mask and doing all the stupid shit, but then something else come and hit me, and it did come in different avenues, bro. That's what
All
I'm
right,
trying to tell y'all,
so
man.
all right,
He
and
built
you're
that shit
right.
on
Now let me give
himself.
you you right, and let me ask you a question, Tyson. All right, because we walk the streets with this guy. If we take away, and this for everybody in the chat, if we take away all the stupid shit that he done did, okay, and ask this shit without the stupid shit that we know he done did, can
Well, that's a
anybody
different
in the
ball game.
chat tell me? Say that again.
That's a different ball game, but you can't
No,
take
no,
away
no,
it
no,
because
no. I'm just trying to change. I'm just trying to see something. That's all. If you take away the stupid stuff he done did, okay. If he went and said the same exact thing minus the stupid shit that he did, okay, for them to, cause all that shit that he was saying was fluff. So we take away the fluff, okay. All right. Do he deserve a federal indictment?
I mean, to be honest with you, he don't really deserve nothing. If let me explain something to you, man, and I want to make
Um,
this perfectly clear.
yeah.
If he the one been doing all the stuff that he was doing, and they
You're
just
right.
did this, and we all know we've been rocking together for this, that's a whole different scenario, bro. But you can't exclude the stuff because the stuff has already been done. So it's
Right.
easy to say if it wasn't fit, we all be drunk, and I don't drink. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
already committed the acts of other things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where he trying
Yeah.
to play
Yeah.
the victim role, man. So that shit
Right.
don't work,
Now,
man.
I get
He
what you're
just did.
saying.
I
I
ain't
get what
saying
you're
he
saying.
deserved. I ain't listen. I'm not saying he deserved to get to the magnitude of where he at right now. I'm just saying the word KARMA. That's all I'm saying. Whether however they think it is, what it is. He brought this
Yeah.
shit on himself for the shit he already put out. You
Yeah.
can't put the shit out in the universe and talk about your mom. He talk about your kid. He talking about this people. He talking about he go do this. He go blow people down. He go shoot people. He shot at me. And you think I'm supposed to feel sorry for a nigga? You just ain't getting caught for the shit you done. Now you getting caught for some shit that they make bogus you got you for. And some of the shit they say, hey, they took it the wrong interpretation of what you saying. But you can't be
Right.
saying shit like that and pointing your camera at the building talking about I'm gonna storm the building. And we already know what 30 rounds mean, and we already know what that mean and what the other accusation. And they went on this fucking community chat, and I believe them people sent some shit there into that man. And this might got something to do with it too. They might have sent some shit to that motherfucker. Say, hey, go look at this, go look at that. You know, Levi been screaming for the longest how he sent shit to them people, man. And you get it,
Mhm.
and then you get into with all these people, man. You bring this shit up on yourself. I ain't saying he
Right.
deserve it, but he bring this shit up to himself when he get into with niggas like Dana Day. Knowing these niggas know he's a hot head, he'll say whatever he want, and I'm Mr. Untouchable, and da 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 da. But then
And
you
you
look
know,
at
I can take that from you. You know why I can take that from you? Because I watch you try to talk to this boy
I
when
tried
we
to
all was
groom him.
cool.
Even when we wasn't cool. Even when we
I
wasn't
watch
cool.
a lot of shit, man. And I can respect how you feel, okay, because I know a lot more than a lot of people. All right. And I get it, okay. I'm just saying, DJ, if you put me in the same situation, put you in the same situation, put any of us in the same situation, bro,
I'm
ain't
not
none of
putting you in
y'all
that.
gonna tell me that y'all think that any one of us that was out here screaming free R. Kelly, bro, should end up with a federal indictment, bro.
No, we're not talking about that, bro. What I'm trying to explain is just here.
Let,
You just
let me interject just for 1 second because I think that if we ask the one important question, we may just get a little bit further with this. And the question that I want to just throw out here is, can you name anything? Because you have to stick with the law. These people are looking at the law, and obviously some other people
exactly.
use the law against Dubosky gun. Name some things that you know for sure that is against the law to say or do, enact on when it comes to that.
Yeah. Can't play with them government officials, man. I don't care what nobody says.
No matter how much we try to rally or protest and come together and do all of this stuff, there is limitation verbally that you can say that you caught up in a federal situation, and some things, if we know the law, because we have to know the law of what they can and cannot do, then you have to be careful, like they say, of your haters. I hear y'all say that a lot out here. My haters, my haters. Well, once you can recognize that you have these haters, at that time is when you need to kind of fall back or pull out the duct tape, because you know that these people are going to some kind of way. Yeah.
Like I say, I looked at Donald Trump, like when he did that bullshit with the Capitol building. You know, how the people stormed up in there, how he get on national TV and say, hey, we gonna do so and so and so. He is not Donald Trump. That nigga got away with some bogus ass shit that incited somebody to get killed. And you gotta understand the world we living in, and now they looking at shit like that and trying to make example out of little motherfuckers like Devo. And these people don't see this shit, man. He is not the president. Donald Trump did the same stupid shit, but he did it on national TV and told motherfuckers, this is what we go do, and we go storm. You see, they ain't locked that nigga up for saying that shit.
You're right. And I'm going to say this,
bro.
Hey, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to get out of the way because I get it, but I'm going to tell y'all, man, all right? When that man was out here fighting the right way, all right, we all followed him. All right, when he was fighting on some goofy shit, the people that had enough sense left him alone. All right, and you know what? He was turned over to himself, and yeah, he got himself in this. But man, I don't care what y'all say, man.
Hey, well, I tell you what, Trevor, go and be part of the enterprise again and see how they feel. They trying to tie your name with the enterprise.
It ain't even that. Okay, that's you taking that out of context, Tyson.
No, I'm not taking that.
However I feel about Dubosky, man.
That's your opinion, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. However I feel about Dubosky, and however I feel about everything he has done to me, okay? I'm not going to say, all right, I'm going to close my eyes while they crucify the boy. I ain't going to say that, bro.
I ain't saying that either. I ain't never saying that either, bro. What I'm saying is this here, man. You reap what you sow, period. I don't care how you look at it. You reap what you sow. What you put out in the universe,
you know what? That's true, everything you saying. But man, listen, I didn't listen to you when you was up and when you was down, okay? And you know what? You always leaned on God, okay? And so you can't tell me you can't but listen, you can't tell me that the God in you and the God in all of us, okay, gonna say, you know what? Man, man, it is what it is with him. Nah, I ain't that, bro.
Hey, that's you, Trevor. That's you. I'm me, right. You are you, and I am me. All I'm saying is, I'm going to say it again. You reap what you sow.
Well,
that's all I can tell you. I don't care how many R. Kelly.
I know you got a heart in that, man.
Bro, I don't care how many rallies he done. That don't mean shit when a nigga pull out a gun and shoot at me. That don't mean shit when a nigga try to come on my block and I'm in motherfucking Chicago in my own hood and try to, man, you got to be fucking crazy, dude. I'll blow the shit, dude. If dude came on that motherfucking block in Chicago, bro, I'd have blow that nigga down. He knew I was off the fucking airport, boy. Ain't playing. He trying to keep on my own.
He played that one.
I'm a gangster for real, man. I don't play that shit, man.
Right. You know, we talk
with
about
niggas
it.
like him, man.
Right.
Fuck out of here. He knew when I got off that plane. Let me tell you something, bro. That nigga is not about that.
He knew he played with you. I get it.
Man, I'm 51 years old, man. I've been in this shit so long, man. Nigga can't tell me nothing about the street. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. You give respect where respect is given. That's how I made it this far, bro. That's how I made it this far.
You're right. And I mean, look, like I said,
too, but I don't trip off that, bro, because I don't use my power and what I know and my juice of what I know and who I know. And I don't do that, bro. I'm out of that shit, man. I've been in the game, man. I'm telling you, I'm one of Larry who was finest. I don't give a fuck what the niggas say, man. If I don't fuck with you, don't fuck like Hold on, Trap.
All right.
Listen, man, I'm like this, man. I love everybody. I don't give a fuck if you're BD, GD, Vice Lord, Blood, Crip. I don't care what you is. I love everybody. Everybody, nigga. But when it comes to crossing certain lines, we don't cross the line. And the line of disrespect, I'm not gonna never cross because I got love. I got love for the old. This is the young generation. I respect the young generation because they are our future, man. We paved the way for them. So I respect them. Whatever they do, I respect that because I come from the streets, bro. So nigga ain't gonna tell me about the motherfucking street. That's why I'm always in the hood. I love the fucking hood. I don't give a fuck about that uppity ass shit or how much money I make. That shit don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. I respect the younger just as well as the older. It ain't about me being old and thinking I'm better. I live my life. It's their turn, man. It's their turn to run this world now, man. I did that. I'm just an old gangster in the game, man. That's it. That's all. I still got connections. I still know people. I still got tools, but I don't trip off that. I don't even pull that out the rabbit. I don't even pull that type of rabbit at the hat, bro. For real. I just want to make money, be happy, stay peaceful, and I got anybody back that got my back. That's just the type of nigga I am. So when dude trying to do that pussy ass shit, man, and I made a phone call, that nigga don't really know, man, who I know, man. My homie in the door was go get that nigga. I just told the nigga, look, don't just come on, man. I ain't in my old ways, man. I've been out 27 years, bro. You think I'm finna jag my life for a pussy ass nigga like him? That shit ain't worth it, bro. That shit ain't worth it. Fuck that nigga. He got his karma coming to his bitch ass. All right. He got his karma to his bitch ass. That's it. That's all. Fuck that nigga, man. I ain't kissing that nigga ass. Fuck that nigga. You don't play with my mama. You don't play what you go do to my mama. None of that shit. I don't play.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying, Tyson. I get what you saying, and you should feel like that, okay? But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that with everything that this man has done to me, I don't think that this is the proper punishment for this man.
Look, we can preach this to
all day. We can go all day. Let's give the ladies a little.
Let them go. Let them go. I don't want it no more. I'm done. I'm good. Hey, Travis, God bless you, man. Hey, you know why I stand with this shit, man. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, I know, bro.
I'm gone.
What's up, ladies? Y'all, welcome to the show. We're ready to hear your thoughts. I don't know if
Hey, what's up, man? Man, I'm chilling, man.
Thank you guys for coming on the live, giving us you guys' thoughts about this. I had to mute him. All right, who's gonna speak first? Nisimo, you want to go up first?
I can. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? I did catch the end of all of the extra. I'm going to say this here, and I know everybody may not approve of where I stand, but it's not whether the people approve as long as my God is approved of where I stand. And I've been saying this since I come out here, and anybody know me, know where I stand. Until that justice scale system has evened out when it comes to my Black men and Black women, period. I'm not in approval of any of my people going through that type of lynching. The reason why I say this, I don't know why no one can seem to understand, but you may not like Dubosky. You may not like his tactics of how he did things or how he said things. There's a lot of things that I disliked, and I know he came at a lot of people in a lot of ways, including me. But I will never turn my back on him. And I want anybody under the sound of my voice to hear me. 30 rounds did not mean what they put in the paperwork. 30 rounds meaning we are fighting for the injustice of Robert Sylvester Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly don't know Dubosky. He don't know any of these people out here fighting for the injustice of the government. of how they properly want you to fight. But what we're not going to do is act like people was giving this man $20, $30 for 30 rounds to go and get gun shells. None of that. That was not the case. Never the case. And until we start fighting as a people, they're going to always have the upper hand on us, because we are the people that are so quick to throw away our own. But I'm not that one. If I got to stand alone, I'm willing to stand alone. I come into this to fight. I knew the fight wasn't going to be easy. I knew the fight was not going to be the way that I desire for it to be, in and out. But that man did hit those streets. That man did do what he felt that it was in his heart to do. Did we all like the way he fought? No. Did we all like the chants he did? No. But I still, to this day, I'm not throwing him away. He still belonged to me. And why is that, Sandra? Because I'm reading an article, 1944, a 14-year-old child was falsely accused of killing 2 white babies. They put a 5,370 vote on this child's head. They killed this 14-year-old baby. They would not allow that child's parents. They run that child's parents out of the city where they executed this baby. And that child, they did it was a 2-hour trial. And in 10 minutes, they come back with a guilty verdict. 7 years later, that's when they say, oh, we realized we killed the wrong one. Hell, how much longer does it take for us to continue to go down this path? How long? When does it stop? When are we going to put aside our differences of who shot John and how he shot him, and understand and know the attack is not just on Debosky. The attack is not just on Robert. The attack is coming for every last one of us. We are the people who have a voice. And if we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. And I don't like to say this, but I got to give it up to him. Shabazz, I got to give that up to you. What you said today, you meant so much just for me to hear you say what you said today. We better figure it out, because they already got it. We haven't figured it out yet. And I'm saying this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Read the Willie Lynch letter, people, please. Please. Don't take my word for it. Read it. Comprehend it. Study it. They're telling us how they are coming for our children. And Debosky, Robert, and Don Russell, they are just a glimpse of what's to come. It's some names in there I'm not gonna say, but I'm telling you, the same thing that make you laugh will make you cry. We better figure it out now. We all fought and fighting for Robert. And if we say we're fighting for Robert, we can't leave a soldier behind. He misfired. He misfired.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to put him back on track and put him back where he needs to be. But we're not leaving him behind. None of us think alike.
I don't, you want to interject, or you have anything to say off of that? I don't think that no one is. I think that everybody keep, the right people in their prayers and everything, but unfortunately he's in a situation that I'm sure with a good defense and everything that he will prevail up out of this. I see a defense coming from, if it is true, the alleged people that propose something like this to happen to one of your Black brothers, because they're Black too. But and I hear you preaching to them, but you have to understand that your message is just does not reaches demonic people. It just doesn't goes, but I honor what you're saying. I respect it. You can keep pressing it and keep pressing it until it sinks in. But when that hatred is established to this level, you have to realize all you could do for those type of people is just pray for them. It's like no, there's some serious.
But Pep, let me ask you this question: how many of us were defiant coming up as children? How many of us did everything that our parents told us to do?
Everybody. I think.
And so, because our parents did not give up on us, and God sure didn't give up on us, He's still giving us more grace and mercy every day. Some, I just believe a little bit more than others. But what we can't do, and none of us are beyond the hope of glory. Because God is so sovereign. He can turn things around before you yet pray. But you got to understand, you got to pray for those that despitefully misuse you, those that have caused harm against you, those that have wronged you. You still must pray. Your blessing come in the praying. Reach beyond the break.
I totally understand it. Dr. Rogers is on the panel. We'll let her jump in see what she has to add to the panel. Hey, Dr. Rogers, welcome.
Hey, can you hear me?
I do hear you. You got your bulletproof vest and all that stuff on?
I'm on here, Carolina tonight. Okay. What I want to say, I heard what Nisi said, but one of the things that I want to say is we have to protect our people, but part of our protecting our people is also holding our people accountable in whatever we do. So still at the end of the day, we can love someone, we can have the best intentions for them, but we would be remiss. We would not be doing them any justice. We will be doing them a disservice if we didn't hold our people accountable. At the end of the day, the situation with him, and I don't want to put any names out there about that, but my thing is this. I heard what Travis said, I heard what DJ said. At the end of the day, it's not about when people in the chat, they're saying, well, this person threatened this person, and that person threatened that person. That means nothing.
In the court.
A federal official. It doesn't matter if J threatened R and R threatened K and K threatened S. When you threaten a federal official, all bets are off, period. And all of these things, all the YouTube games that have been going back and forth, and, people are putting out incident reports and doing all this stuff, all that stuff is going to come back to bite him. These are the things, that's the nexus I was talking about. These are the things that they are able to hold him on. It has nothing to do with 30 rounds. Absolutely nothing. Go back and look at the track record. And y'all, I don't have anything against him at all. Nothing. I don't beef with him. But the reality of it is a lot of times we just play around with stuff and we say stuff that sounds good to us and try to do it for the crowd. It's not about the crowd. This is about reality. And the reality of it all is all these incident reports that have been done, all of these videos that clearly things have been done. And not only did he do it, he came back and said he did it and bragged about it on several videos. These things are going to come back to hurt him. They're hurting him right now. And regardless of what people want to be real or don't want to be real, the reality of this is what he has going on is what he has going on. Yes, they said that he is a fan of this person, but this is his case. It's his case. It's not the other person's case.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter how hard somebody went and stomped in the streets. If they went and murdered 15 people just because they stomped in the streets for somebody that you love, you're going to just say, bump that. Bump the fact that they murdered 15 people as long as they stomped for this person. That's not how this works.
Absolutely.
It's not how it works. You wish him well. I'm praying for him. When I found out this evening what happened, I'm absolutely praying for him. But still, at the same time, he is a grown man. And I have heard several people, parents, children, I've heard all these people threaten they're going to get shot. I heard this. This is not hearsay. This is not something that came from somebody else. And if I heard it, then guess what? Hundreds of other people heard it too. Because that's when the streets were popping and everybody was listening. So everybody heard it. So people that are trying to figure out who sent what, or you don't know who did it. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody tells you that they already have a track history with law enforcement because they sued them before, that they have a lawsuit against them, then you better believe that if an opportunity presents itself for them to get your behind, then that's a done deal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to stop sugarcoating stuff I can't. It makes me sick. I deal with this all the time, and I deal in reality. I'm not doing that fake mess. I pray to God that what they have is not the reality. I pray that he did not threaten these people, because if he truly threatened these people, if he truly threatened them, he got something on his hands.
Yeah, I agree with that. And there's a level to the game.
Right.
It's like
a whole level. And Pat, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is why I try to stress to people. It's cool. We can laugh and shoot the bobo, kick the bobo, whatever on YouTube. But when it comes to this stuff, people think it's all fun and games. This mess is real. This mess is real. And now he has an opportunity to see just how real this stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets me now at this point, and I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to have to go, and it's probably going to piss some people off. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the same people that I see singing all these praises and saying all this stuff about him today were the same people that said lock him up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
All these people wanted him locked up. And now I want to correct something that somebody else said. They said that whatever he's done doesn't amount to this type of crime. He has done some things that could have been considered federal crimes. Now that's the reality. I see somebody in this chat that something was done to, and those could have been considered federal crimes. So let's not do this. Like, being realistic, if he did not do it, then stuff should work out the way that it's supposed to work out. If he did do it, then he's going to have to be accountable for his actions, whatever that may be. And maybe this is a lesson for him. Maybe this is going to be that lesson for him, because no, you cannot go around and say whatever you want to say. No, you cannot. That is a lie, and the truth is nowhere in it. That is a lie.
Now, freedom of speech, they get confused about the freedom of speech. They get confused with that First Amendment. It doesn't mean what you intended for it to mean. It's just not that. First of all, First Amendment, it comes with respect as well.
That's the thing. And the thing that gets me is, at the end of the day, if something, just like the people that got upset because their people were threatened, or people were doxxed, people were ready to go to war. And now we sitting up here and the game has completely changed because it's a black man. Mm-hmm. Black men and black women commit crimes too. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality of it. We're not going to sugarcoat that part. I love them. I fight for them every day. But do I have to deal with people that are complete monsters? Yes, I do. And I love them anyway, but they still got to be held accountable for their actions. And you cannot just go around threatening people like that. And again, it's not about just threatening a regular Joe Schmo. It's just certain things that you cannot do. And I know, and I'm saying this because everybody's had conversations. I even had people call me up and ask me to speak to him. So they can't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about because I tried to talk to him. Mm-hmm. But he was going to do what he wanted to do. You could not tell him anything. So now once you get to the point where you can't tell somebody something, then you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. And that's the reality of it. You got to deal with the consequences of your actions. I wish him well. God knows I wish him well. I would keep him in my prayers just like I keep everybody else in my prayers. But you absolutely cannot go around doing certain things to people. And I don't call it karma. I call it life. It has a way of coming back around. Mm-hmm. Has a way of coming back around. And understand this, and I think somebody mentioned it before. In order for them to get him, they didn't start looking at him yesterday.
Exactly. They don't build stuff on day before. Don't work that way. They gonna make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's because they don't want to be looked at as a joke at all, you know. And let alone you got taxpayers' money that is being used. So this is just how they work. What I do want to ask you, because I've seen a lot of it in the chat, Dr. Rogers, as the headlines come out, of course, they always interject Mr. Kelly's name with some things. And I did see you in the chat trying to explain where, it may appear to be that way, but it's not going to be a necessity to tie Dubosky gun name into Mr. Kelly to either strengthen or weaken what's going on with Mr. Kelly. What do you have to say about that?
The only tie is that they said that he was a fan. That's the tie. Period. Mm-hmm. If they would have said that he was an associate, if they said that he was a part of that crew, that group, that enterprise, then you got a completely different story. It says specifically that he was a fan. It did not say that he acted upon demand, that somebody instructed him to do anything. It didn't say anything like that. It did not even say that they had any other relationship other than fandom.
And their most concern was just his alleged threatening to officials.
And but that's on him. But that, to me, that's the important part that they wrote that article. Like, you make sure that you put that this was a fan and this wasn't somebody that was personally associated with him. Completely different. Mm-hmm. Now, if they go and put he was associated, now you got a whole other story. Mm-hmm. But from what I saw, and I just saw what you put up here, and I saw something that Tyson posted earlier. I didn't see them trying to say that there was an actual connection between the two other than somebody being a fan.
Mm-hmm. That's what I saw.
That's the case. Right. That's his case. And remember that, he's scheduled, like, his stuff is getting ready to happen, like, right now. So with the sentence and stuff, so this stuff that's happening with dude right now, that plays no part in what he has going on this week. That's done.
Yeah. They just showed a strong indication of whom he was a fan to. This is what his protocol of advocating for Mr. Kelly. But on the other hand, we also found probable cause to probe and bring him in for further questioning to these analytic views that he was posting of threatening higher up officials, and they just don't tolerate that stuff. I think that's it. So hopefully they would just, slap them on the wrist, I guess, and they can move on, once they can depict whether, okay, you were just a senseless or a blogger or whatever, but you can't do this,
Things you touched on it earlier. Here's the thing. We can sit here and we can say, look, we don't think that he's going to do that. He's all smoke. He's just talking. But you hit the nail on the head. Mm-hmm. These people know him, and I'm going to be honest, we don't know him either.
Yeah.
we know the persona that is presented on here.
Well, Little Mo what did you just put in here? Inclined that the paperwork, I guess his paperwork is out because it's not sealed. I have not pulled it yet. Probably have no intentions on pulling it. Once I kind of talk about something like this, I'm like, yeah, okay. She says that the paperwork reads as if he's affiliated with RK. And that would be a contradictory story when the headlines came out to indicate that no, he was a super fan. But that goes to show you, Little Mo, if now the paperwork is reading where they're trying to affiliate Daboski Gun with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly on how, how they have their way of trying to make something stick, or they can change it up, the way they want to. If they really want to make something, out of something, that's just how I call it a lesson learned. I'm sorry. It's just a lesson learned.
It is. And the person that's in your chat that's talking about that rap sheet, that's what's going to hurt him the most. Like I said, there's the nexus there. And you have a history of violent behavior and threats of violent behavior.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody comes back and they say, oh, well, he's not going to do that, then what are all these reports for? What was the time done for? Why was he given this for that? If you want me to believe that he's not capable of these things, then why did all these people file these papers? Why is there an order of protection that's in place? Why did people feel like they needed to go and do something to protect a larger group? You got to be realistic, because they are looking at this stuff. They don't care what people think about what other, you know what I'm saying? They're looking.
It's the percentage is extremely high with the federal people. When they come at you, the first thing they want to do is build. They're gonna bring all your background out because it's called association. This is how we can prove that, we believe that this person may have had probable cause of trying to do this infliction on these people. Look at this. Look at this. Just last week, look at this and look at this. So they do it with a traffic ticket. Shit.
They don't have to go and look anywhere else. It's right there. There's no need to go and look somewhere else. It's right there. It's not separate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. But like I said, they do this with a traffic ticket. Hell, she had a ticket this month. They were like, yeah, we want her license suspended for 3 years. They build it. They build. But go ahead.
That's going to be the thing, because at the end of the day, everything is about that nexus. And if I can show where this point leads to this point, and I can draw a line from this point and connect it over to this point, and I can draw a line and connect it all the way over here, now I have exactly what I need. I can show a history. I can show a pattern of violent behavior, whether we can say it was acted upon or not. And then you have videos to go and back that, whether those things, they're not going to wait for you to act on it and say, oh God, I guess he is violent. No, once you make the threat, you are violent. It's not, let's wait and see. That's how people get killed. I mean, that's just like reality. That's how people get killed. If you threaten me, I'm not going to sit here and wait to see if you're going to do it. That's not how that works. We got to go and take some kind of action. I'm not just going to sit here and wait for you to blow my darn head off. No.
Oh, that's right. I know that's right.
Let me really going to do it. That's ridiculous.
At the end of the day, it's just knowing right from wrong, and they tell you at some point, the more aggression that evolves out of your soul, that's something that's telling you you may be doing something wrong. Because I'm a true believer in it working mythology this way, Dr. Rogers. The more you are showing aggression, becoming aggressive, it's something in there like you know that's wrong. See, if you rightness keeps you calm. You're humble with it. But when you doing wrong and you really want to, it gets more exciting. You elevate more, you become more, and it's like, no, that's your soul allowing all the wrongdoing out of you, But it's just me with the reverse mythology of the way I choose to understand, right from wrong.
It's real. It's definitely real. I hate it for him. I hate that he got himself in this situation, but I saw it coming. I saw it coming, and not just there. It's just a lot of stuff get put out here, and people don't realize like the seriousness of some of the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's like all fun and games whenever you're doing certain things, but it's like, do you realize if somebody saw this, like what would happen if they like?
And guess what happened? It's going to be someone that don't like you.
Exactly.
And here they come. It's
exactly.
just that easy. Parallel with Mr. Kelly's case. A lot of people did not like it. A lot of people came out here and started with whether if their allegations had some truth to it or not. They started it. So and it's just that easy. That's why you just gotta walk in them good shoes that your mama raised you in. Mom, thank you, mama. Shit.
Right. One thing we hear DJ say sometimes talking about YouTube being your resume. In this particular case, this is a prime example. It's definitely a prime example, because even if we're sitting here joking and stuff, like you like to cut up, we can cut up all day, right? Yeah. But it's like you were saying, there's levels to it. So it's certain things where you can, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then at the end, oh, I'm just playing or sight. Don't nobody care about sight. No.
You got that right. I play all day, but I'm gonna keep that level at a playful level. I know my boundaries. I love life, and that's one thing about it. Once you realize how much you love life, and you have a lot of productive things going on for you, you're prospering. There's no way I would subject myself to just throwing it all away just like that overnight. Oh no. No. I be crying for that, girl. I done worked this hard. Are you out your man? No.
Earlier, and I was just sitting in the chat, and I'm like, please nobody put themselves in that situation. I guess people thought I was trying to be funny, but I'm dead serious. Even when it comes to like certain remarks that people put in chats, body food, your words can and will be used.
Let me tell you what kept me humble, not to be so aggressive of this. And it was just the one little quote that Mr. Kelly said. He said to just trust the process. In other words, if you understand it, the whole totality of Mr. Kelly, it's like, do what you guys can do, which is, go ahead and walk, go ahead and shout and things, but just trust the process. Don't be out here getting all, overexerted or berserk or not just that's what I got out of him saying that. So it was just really easy for me to maintain humbleness while he goes through his journey, because, well, I know the process. So that's just that. But I'm trying to understand the way over, board for, advocating for him. You have to allow things to play out. And I watched a different attorney show, I think last Tuesday. And the first thing that when I clicked on this show, this guy was like, well, the first thing that you don't want to do when you are arrested is to rush your attorneys at anything. Right. You have to allow them to just trust the process. Let them work. Paperwork takes time. Getting response takes time. Well, everything has a time limit on it, but you kind of just got to wait for that, putting the paperwork out here and allowing people to depict whether, okay, well, that's wrong. And well, she shouldn't have inserted that. And why did they put, I just sit over like, okay, it's called the fight, people. It's called the paper fight. That's what they have to do. But I don't know. With me and the Dubowski thing, that's a grown man and it happened. But if your eyes and your ears are was as open like everybody else out here, which I kind of believe they were though, Dr. Rogers, because he was like, I'm done, forget it, I'm done. Y'all have at it. And he kind of started coming on a little bit less, and just started just doing his comical picking on certain people and not so much more of threatening like he was doing, to people to try to get them to bow down or sit down or whatever they wanted to, what he expected for them to do. So, however, I think a lot of people are just upset that, there's the allegedly the snitching part, the helping out with getting people incarcerated. I think that this is what bothers a lot of people out here.
So if somebody goes and does that, and you doing stuff with ill intentions, then I mean, I don't want to use the word karma, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to deal with whatever comes your way too.
But now there's ill intentions that was said about you, and I mean that it was blurted out pretty loudly by saying, well, you're next. Why is this person implying this? Says you're next.
I don't.
You and DJ is up on the list too. Somebody in Washington, D.C., which I couldn't figure that out. I don't know. He's like, in the lady or somebody in Washington, D.C. And I was like, well, wow, okay. And you know what's crazy when I hear that, right? Because you have had a spat with I'll call his name correctly on the show, but I don't call his name, but Dana J, right? And I'm thinking, but if this was so bad, well, him and Dana J, Dr. Rogers and Dana J could have dealt with whatever this other person is imposing that she is doing. Dana J done spoke and y'all have had head to head and things like that, but not once have Dana J came out here to say anything about, well, Dr. Rogers, you're next. But right. Dana J would know more about, I think, in my opinion, if you were next and they're coming to get you because you have actually had a conversation. You've actually, I guess, allegedly, I'm not sure if you've seen them or anything like that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A couple times. The thing is, and that's say I wouldn't put any like ill on his name. The other person that's talking, I don't know that man from Adam. You know what I mean? That's why I don't even address him. As far as some people from DC or whatever, let me know. I mean, I go to work tomorrow. That's who you know what I'm saying? Let me know who I need to talk to when I go into the office tomorrow. We can see, whatever. This stuff is hurting. It's not helping. It's doing more harm than anything. Like I don't understand what people think they're accomplishing by doing. Let me say this, even if somebody tips somebody off, no civilian has the authority to get somebody federal charge. I don't care. A civilian does not have that authority. Now, if they want to go and report something and there's enough information out there for them to go and build a case against you, then that's another thing. But no civilian can call up anybody and say, look, the bunny is doing A, B, C, and D. Y'all need to indict them. That's not how that works. That stuff takes years and years. It don't work like that. It just don't work like that. So at the end of the day, like they can say whatever they want to say. You had some people in the chat that were saying some of the same thing, but this thing works a certain way, and people may watch TV and think, oh, that's how it works because they see the mess on TV. What you see on TV is just that TV. There are levels to this thing.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying with the Boski. I'm hoping that this is going to be a learning experience for him. I'm definitely hoping. But one thing I can tell you is that when the time and the money is taken to put those charges on somebody, they don't just that takes a lot of money.
I know it's something that I wouldn't have chanced, like I said, because you really have to love life. You can do the advocating and all of that stuff without, the boasting and the threats and stuff. Even if your opponent becomes so nerve-wracking and you really want them to stand down and everything, do you know that you can have really killed them with kindness? Right. You know what I'm saying? They would have been bagged off if, they noticed that, well, dang, he ain't fighting back with us, man. He not even saying he finna kill us or nothing like that. They would kindness, man, it will kill. It'll get it every time. It really does. Like, sit down and whatever.
Oh, but I mean, and I don't want to hold your stuff up too long, but this is just what I'll say. Like, just to your chat, like, be mindful of the stuff that you take in. And again, I always say this, Pat, understand what's entertaining and what's real. Stuff that is being put out here for people is entertaining, because if it was real, a lot of things would have been different last year, the year before that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if people had the power that they claimed they had.
Yeah, I also don't think that it would be the same entertaining commodities. You know what I'm saying? Things kind of would change. But I'm like, this is a circle of the same characters. Something ain't right here. But, and you look at it for what it's worth. That's what I did. And I figured out the worth of it. It's below 30% when it comes to, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Hey, you can love somebody and still hold them accountable. That's all I'm gonna say. You can love them.
Joy said, "Oh my Lord, he done made the shade room again."
Oh Lord. Y'all, pray.
Try to laugh, but I mean, when you want to be famous, they say it's kind of two ways to get there. I tell you, jail or Hollywood. You just got to pick your struggle. Shit, I don't know.
That it's not even the famous thing. I have never seen so many people in my life that are involved in stuff that always want to bring the feds into something. YouTube brought the feds into this. Bloggers. You got people, not just YouTube, Twitter, they'll say something and they tag Homeland Security, they tag ICE, they tag FBI, they tag CIA, like they tag all these people.
Sure did. Sure do. Did.
Where they came from. And let me make something clear, y'all, because I hear people saying this. When people say Homeland Security, they be like, no, the feds. Homeland Security are the feds. They are the feds. I don't know where that got twisted up at. Homeland Security are the feds. So whenever you tagging them, then you need to know who you tagging. Duh.
Well, I mean, I've seen it done out here, so.
You know what I'm talking about.
I have no interest in doing so. I just want to talk about this third. I just like talking about whatever. I hate tagging who, what, when, where, and why. It ain't my job. I don't do it. I don't want to bring the attention.
Everybody doing, and I'm like, did you really? Now y'all say y'all fighting for this right here, and y'all tagging all these people. So now y'all making them alert to this foolishness. So now they got to look into you, all the people that's foolish enough to tag them. Because just normal behavior, you don't go and tag these folks. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't go and tag these folks. Number one, you're not getting the real people anyway, but you don't go and tag these folks. But if you do it enough, you'll do it enough for people to want to look at you because they think your behavior is erratic. And kind of what we're dealing with right now. Wait a minute, those behaviors, something we got to put you on the watch list. You see what I'm saying? You can do stuff.
Yeah, and I don't want to be on your watch list now with a pair of binoculars or a magnifying glass. I'm good. I'm little. I don't want you to see me at all. Nothing. I'm not. I don't want to afford to have that type of attention. I don't. Because they say once they come in, it's hard to get them out.
Oh, you can't get them out voluntarily. They want to leave. They leave when they want to leave. But I'm just sitting up here, and that has been one of the things that has blown me away from day one. I'm like, Are y'all really tagging these people?
Mm-hmm.
What the flip? Like, really? I mean, tag out every single agent. Like, they tag every single one of them except the Library of Congress. They tagged everybody.
Won't tag a job. They scared to go for them. But you ain't scared to mess with these people. Shit. Tag a job. Just tag hashtag JOB. See what comes up. Whole bunch of goddamn listings. Shit, you be safe. I'm just saying. I'd have went that way. I'd have made it my way over here. Job. That's where I'm going. Keep my life simple, honey. No problems, no troubles in the water. No, thank you. So, but oh, girl, it was just a hot Monday topic.
I missed it all. Actually, I'm chilling. I'm doing. I said, wait a minute. I think
that's what I said. Hold up, wait a minute.
What happened?
I said, that's what I said. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm at work. I'm like, my pen, I'm glad it ran out of ink. I like, me go be nosy. What the hell's going on? Yeah. And it was a shocker, though. I have to admit, I was like, oh my God, really?
I was until your first live was gone. I started shooting. Pap, go ahead, shut that live. What's going on? People talking in the streets, so I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Somebody, putting the room out there again. I didn't think it was real until I actually saw the article, and that's when, I'm praying for him.
Well, I have to say it's real with that what's his name? Jason Mazanur name?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was okay. It's real now. Cause he's not stuff. Yeah.
He doesn't report.
Sometimes. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, what's going on. My focus is just really on Mr. Kelly. All this other stuff that I be hearing, okay, it's gossip thing, but I just like to focus and keep up with what's going on with him, and everything that they're dropping, they're sealing it, they're putting a seal on it. So I'm like, well, that's boring. Nothing to do. And I don't like to come out to insinuate, what it is that they may be saying, or this could be happening behind the scenes. I don't want to do that. So I just wait for it to, to go down. Prayers goes up for him, and I wish the best. That's coming up here in a couple of days. What is it? 2 days or so, to see what's going to happen on Wednesday. Interesting that Jennifer Bonjean cleared up the fact that the charge should be at the minimum of 10 years. So, or the acquittal, I guess. We'll see how that works. That's it. Head on to Chicago.
I wish everybody the best, child.
Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, I got these bills to pay over here.
Right.
I still got a daughter here in the Teddy. Teddy still got about 5 more years to kick it. I ain't trying to leave my Teddy.
Don't forget, you still got to take care of home. Regardless of all this stuff that's going on, you got to take care of home.
Got to take care of home.
Got to take care of. And I'm going to get on off here because I done been on your thing long, and I know somebody probably.
No, I don't think that's it, because I didn't put the link up, and I know Henny wanted to come on, but I don't see her anymore, so it's okay. She'll probably join us on the next live. It is 10:36, and we had a great live tonight, and I just wanted to just grab a few opinions and things about, what Shannon said my dog need a job. He does have a job. He's my ear and seeing dog. I put that little, now Dr. Ross, don't go turning me in. I got Teddy one of them little fake vests. We be going to Walmart sometimes.
Service dog.
Teddy has a job. He is my service dog, my protector. That little 7 little pounds. That's right. I be like, I'm trying to vest up. They ain't gonna know. We going going in all the stores right now. Amazon, girl. Amazon crazy. I ain't trying to tell.
You got a bootleg service dog.
No, I don't care. Talk about my dog. He is a official, a legal service dog. Get your vest.
You don't have to make your bunny a service bunny. Listen.
Whatever. I done painted the vest, put the right stripes on it. He good to go. All I need now is a little laminated machine so I can go on and cut the ID and stuff.
Okay, you got my hair.
He good. Y'all gonna wish y'all had a teddy like mine. I don't care, y'all. I don't.
Hold up. Your earlier live, the one you were doing before this one, that bunny was up on that screen and you had that music playing and that bunny head was turning and the mouth was moving. I said, I know good and darn well this bunny ain't singing a song.
I fell in love with the bunny. I really did. I want people to just laugh a little bit. And, I try to do just to get a little spark out of people. And the chat, they fell in love with the bunny. So the bunny is going to stay.
It's
I don't
cute.
care.
It's cute.
Till I get ready to come on the screen, which I kind of will right now, so that I can tell everybody that I thank you guys for coming to the channel. I thank you for giving me your likes. It helps, keeps me out in the stream. Thanks to all of the young ladies and the young men that joined the panel. I appreciate it for our view take on this whole Dubowski Gun dilemma that went down. And other than that, you guys, I think that I've said enough tonight, Dr. Rogers. We can end it on this. Yes. Yes. Stop laughing at the bunny, Dr. Rogers. Stop. Just cut it. I'm coming on the screen now. Don't forget, y'all. I'm just gonna come on so I can say hello to everybody on my way out. Let me see if y'all can see me good. There we go.
Look, Pat, turn your head one time because your bunny look like out of attitude.
Froze. Okay, wait a minute. Let me think. I think it was froze. Hold on.
It's looking like, excuse me?
What? What? I said it was stuck up there like I'm staring at Mr. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's, you know what? It's so many of them. It really is. I like this one. Let's show the other day. I like it. Look at that. I like Pooh. I like the beard.
There it is. That is so cute.
I like playing with them. I thought that they were cute. So yeah, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thanks everybody for joining the chat. Shout out to my moms, y'all. All of them was up on deck tonight. They rock hard with Papoose, you guys. And I truly have grown attached to these ladies.
Oh, Lord.
I really have, they're so much, they're in my age and things like that. And so I don't know. And they've been with me, Dr. Rogers, since day one. Day one. And so for that, I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate these ladies for being right here, even with my BS. When I do my BS, you ain't gonna see them in the chat. I'll be watching. Girl, we going in the bushes. I be like, with y'all scary butts. I ain't got no troopers. I have to go to war by myself, but it's all good. It's definitely all good. And they still love me. They still love me. So
let me let you on getting that 1,000. And let me say this. Let me say this because you had over 200 something people in this chat. Y'all sitting there laughing with Pap. Hit that subscribe button.
That's right. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. And don't forget, get over there and hit the perky button and get your membership. It's only $1.99 for the channel. That's all I ask for you guys to do. And that helps support my channel because I'm here to stay to vibe with you guys. And I'm offering you guys a place to also come to vibe. And I know y'all love that music. So go on and get that perk button on the home page. I love you guys back. Dr. Rogers.
Yes.
I got to go to bed. Teddy waiting on me. Everybody upstairs. They like, what you doing?
I'm going to mind my business. I got to go see a man about a boat.
Oh, girl. Now, I wish I didn't have a dog. I'd be going to see about enough dog.
Well, you take care, lady, and I remember I'm always in the bushes. So
absolutely.
All right, take care, chat.
You too. Thanks, girl. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. If y'all had a really good time, y'all know how we do it over here. Give the person above you a heart. Give the person below you a heart. And don't forget to give a heart to your girl, your host, with the goddamn most of all of the stuff that goes on around up under the umbrella of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and many more, much more news out here. You never know how I'm coming. Some days are good. Some days may be bad. But overall, charge it to my heart, not the goddamn game out here, y'all. So if you have spent time in the chat and you gave Papoose a thumb up out there, let me see those blue hearts as well in the chat room, you guys, while we get the heck up out of here. Shout out to King Sis coming up with Big Moody on my goddamn music over here. Epic, I don't forgot the name of it. That darn fast. I'm gonna drop that link too over here, you guys, so you guys can go and download your music as well. So read your comment. Hold on. Do. Haven't seen a man in 6 months. That's not you. Have y'all checked on? Nope, not checking on. Pap, don't you love it? I loves me some beauty is me. No. Yes, I do. I love my beauty. It's Queen. I love my Harlem. I love my Empress. I love my Riri. I love my Poo Poo. Shannon, my God, y'all. Shannon rocks over here. Okay, Shannon rocks. Trevin is the mod over here. Priscilla, love my Priscilla. I love my mods. And you know what? Y'all stuck with me. Can't go nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So that's it, and that's all. Until then, you guys. Thanks for coming. On the way out, Pap the new Wendy Williams. Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. My word is bond, we don't spit no lies. A daughter of the sunshine, but every blue moon I come alive at night. I like lace and I like braids, but I love my natural edges laid from the east side, building on the west coast. My high tolerance of pain don't mean I'ma take you. All them fake followers ain't gonna make your pics. I rep the whatever sign, but all the elements living free in my mind. Moody. Poo usually go to sleep, and my girl Pooh Sunshine Bear in the chat, y'all. I crave love and attention, but I keep everybody at a distance. If I build it, will y'all really come? About all these pennies, but I really don't wear none. I like boys and I like girls, but I love my baby. Some may judge, but Emmanuel is still God within me. I don't drink
stay toast. Say okay, swim, but I sure could float. The water bear sign, but all the elements live rent free in my mind.
Have a good night, y'all. I'm out.